get the accurate, true representation of where I'm at right now. Not running.
Living the dream.
1 sec.
Dan walks. Hi everyone, and welcome to this week's runs. So here we go, week 8, North Downs Way 100 training, and the first week of the sort of taper period ahead of the North Downs Way 50, which is going to be taking place in exactly 1 week from today, recording this video. So yeah, really exciting times. So yeah, the phantom niggles have been creeping in this week, and yeah, I've been starting to question whether I've done enough training. All that sort of paranoia things have been hitting me a little bit throughout the week. But yeah, currently, as it stands, I'm once again feeling physically fit and mentally positive about next week now. I've got all over those little psychological doubts, and yeah, feeling up for next week's race currently. So yeah, that's good. Anyway, training then. So this week, as I say, it's been a taper, so it's been pretty chilled. I've only done 2 runs so far up till today. So first run this week was out on the trails with the GTR crew on Tuesday, and that was a nice, relaxed, social, chatty 18k. So slightly longer than I had anticipated doing on Tuesday. Probably in my own mind I had envisioned somewhere between 10k and 10 miles, but yeah, it was nice, comfortable, and yeah, I just enjoyed it. So got slightly carried away with having a chat and yeah, just enjoying the social element of our Tuesday evenings, but yeah, it was all good. Anyway, so that's that. And then the second run was on Thursday, and that was just up and around Newlands Corner here. Nothing too spectacular. Once again, just literally turning the legs over. I wasn't doing any sessions or pushing any paces, just making sure my legs still work and giving me that sort of confidence that they still can do what I need them to do next week. So yeah, I ended up doing 13k, I think it was, for Thursday. So yeah, just an hour and 15 minutes, which the watch suggested, and that is what I did. So yeah, really nice to have a few extra rest days this week. Really can't complain at all. It's definitely made my body feel physically fresher, and I feel a lot more relaxed and full of energy, which is what we want during a taper period. So yeah, positive signs ahead of next week's race. So plan for today's run then. I'm currently on my way up to Newlands Corner to meet up with a legendary Dan Runs, and we're going to be doing our long run for the week, which is going to be somewhere between 20 and 25 kilometers. So we've picked a local sort of race route, so we've been running the G3 route, which is a race put on by Fit Stuff, a local running shop. I think you do it a couple of times in the year, and yeah, we're going to be running that course today because we couldn't be bothered to plot anything of our own, so we've just stolen their race course. So that's what we're going to be doing. So yeah, it's going to be nice and relaxed, a few chatty mild as always, and yeah, just enjoying it. Hopefully the sun is going to come out at some point this morning and warm us up a little bit. It is slightly on the chilly side. So yeah, so that's enough waffling for now. We'll crack on with this little warm-up run, meet up with Dan and have some fun. So here we go. There he is! Found him! Right, mate?
Looks like the Islands Club.
A bit early, isn't it? You ready for some running? Oh, we all?
I'm ready for some running, yes.
Good!
There we go.
no. Ugh. Careful on this one, Dad. This is elevation for you, mate.
Elevation.
Some elevation there.
Feel myself. Whoa. Everest.
Get the oxygen tank out. Well done, mate. Right, onwards. Stinging Nettle City. Oh, welcome to the jungle. Up we go. Behind the scenes. Like and subscribe. Whoop. Trees down. We'll have to go down and back up another way.
Run back to the 12k. Back to the start.
Well.
Oh.
Oh,
Can't go over it. You can't go under it.
you've got
We'll
to
have
go
to go.
around it.
No, through it.
Is it? Sorry.
Bear hunt.
Oh, I thought we were going for a run. Alright, so we're coming to the end of today's run, the Magical Mystery Tour, featuring the man himself, Dan Runs. So I'm looking at just under 23 kilometres, but by the time we get to the end we'll be on 20, yes. Hopefully, for Daniel, which is what we needed for today. That was the main aim of today's run. So leave you guys here, gonna head home, and then we're going to talk about what kit I'm going to be using for next week's race. Say bye, Daniel.
Bye, Daniel.
All right, so let's talk about kit then for North Downs Way 50. So all this kit here in front of me is things that I've been using a lot during this training block and races from last year as well. So absolutely nothing new on race day, and all this kit I know I can rely on because it just gets the job done. So first thing up is going to be footwear. So I've got a choice of two shoes. First one, and probably the number one choice, obviously, is going to be the Speedgoat 5. Absolutely love this shoe, so comfortable. And this particular pair I've probably got close to 600 kilometers in, so quite a bit of distance, and they're starting to show a little bit of wear on the outsole. But other than being extremely muddy right now, these are probably going to be good enough to get me through the distance on the day. Obviously with the Speedgoat 5 you've got a lot of cushioning underfoot, so helps protect your legs over the distance, and yeah, just gets the job done. So this is probably my number one choice if it isn't raining, and also I feel like I need that cushion under my feet for the day. So that's that. So if I feel confident and it is dry, I've got potential to be using the Tecton X here. So this is a carbon plated trail shoe. It definitely needs to be dry on the day though, because the outsole on this shoe isn't particularly good when it comes to sort of like sloppy conditions. So yeah, if I'm feeling confident, my legs are feeling fresh and it's dry, potentially the Tecton X will be on my feet. Like, this thing just makes running feel effortless. Like, if you have the right conditions and you want to push the pace, you definitely can do it in this shoe. So yeah, those are my two shoe choices for the day, but that will be made sort of the night before the race. So either of one of those will be on my feet. Now, next up, most important bit of kit, in my opinion, is a good race vest. So this is the Ultra Vest 6.0 from Ultimate Direction. Absolutely loved the 5.0 last year during the Omen, and this is a step up from that. This is a very comfortable race vest, and it has more than enough capacity to hold everything you need for these long races. So next up on the list is going to be mandatory kit. So most of this stuff here I'm not going to be touching. It's going to be going in this vest, and I'm just going to be leaving it in there. A lot of it is the kit that I'm going to be planning to use for the 100 miler later in the year, mainly because I feel like the North Downs Way 50 is just a training race, and I feel to get the most benefit from the training, to get used to carrying the kit I'm going to need for the longer race. So yeah, most of this stuff isn't mandatory for the North Downs Way 50, but it is for the 100. So starting off with a sort of emergency kit, which is all in this dry bag here. So in here we have things like spare base layer, gloves, buff, first aid kit, foil blanket, map and compass, they're all in here. Also a spare head torch, which is like a little 25 lumen head torch, which meets the mandatory kit for the North Downs Way 100. So that's all going to be going in there, in the bottom of the vest, and basically not going to be touched, hopefully, only coming out in emergencies. Next up is waterproof jacket. Again, got more chance of potentially using this one on the day, but hopefully I won't need to, because we're hoping for dry weather. So this is the Ultra jacket from Ultimate Direction again, and yeah, super lightweight, super breathable as far as waterproof jackets go, and yeah, it meets all the mandatory things, mandatory kit requirements, tape seams, 100 whatever it is, 10,000 mil hydrostatic head, all that stuff. So that ticks all the boxes there in terms of waterproof. Next up, head torch. Definitely not going to be using this during the North Downs Way 50. If I end up using this, something has gone drastically wrong. So yeah, that again is just going to be going in the bag to get used to carrying the weight. This particular one is the Moonlight Bright as Day 800. Super bright head torch, loads of battery life, and yeah, it's a great bit of kit. So that's just going to be living in the bag throughout the duration of the race. Other things that I need for mandatory kit are collapsible cup. So this is sort of like a hard brimmed cup. This is mainly for sort of hot drinks, but I think I'll probably be using this for a lot of Coke during the North Downs Way 50. I just prefer these cups anyway. They're a little bit more versatile. As I say, for hot drinks, just hold the brim, stops you from burning your hands, and I think they're a bit better than those really crumbly, you know, collapsible ones that you can scrunch up in your hands. Like that's a better cup in my opinion. Next up, so in terms of filming wise, probably going to need a spare battery. That will definitely be used during the North Downs Way 50, but for the 100 I've got a battery bank here that'll be used for my phone, watch and camera. Again, just going to be carrying this to get used to carrying the weight. It'll probably be going in my waist belt. It's pretty lightweight anyway, so it's not going to be too much extra weight to be carrying, but again, it's just there for training purposes more than anything. Other thing that's going to be going in my bag, hopefully I won't need, but it's there in emergencies, like a Body Glide anti-chafe stick. So that's there if I get any rubbing. Fingers crossed I won't need it, but it's there if I need to. So I think that's it in terms of things that I'm hopefully not going to need. To keep me entertained along the way, got my shocks here for music. So they'll be on my head as well. Now let's move on to clothing. So first of all, socks. So on my feet, I'm going to be having this pair of Injinji toe socks. These are my lucky socks, this green pair here. Probably could do with using a newer pair, but these ones here are my lucky charm. So they're going to be going on during the race. I use these in, well, I've probably used these in about 99% of my races that I've run. So they'll be going on my feet. Then on my body, just a pretty standard technical t-shirt here. This white one from Ultimate Direction, just going to be wearing that. I used that during the Omen, got me through the distance, so I'm sure it'll do the job for the North Downs Way 50. And then on my legs, this is a bit of new kit from the new Guildford Trail Runners merchandise here. So this is the New Balance split shorts. I think these are about a 3-inch short, so quite short, but I do enjoy a short. So they're going to be on my legs. If it is warm, they'll be perfect because, you know, nice bit of airflow through the regions where they require some airflow. And then yeah, then on my head, so I've got a choice of two things here again. So I'm either just going to have this sort of regular cap here, blue, goes nicely with the blue of the vest. So if it's a little bit cloudy and overcast, potentially that cap there will do the job. But if it is super sunny and bright, the bucket hat will be coming out again to play in 2023. I haven't actually worn this so far this year, so if it is a bright sunny day, look out for that hat because that will be on my head. So yeah, that's those. Then Also, another great bit of kit. Free Belt Pro here from Compress Sport. So this will be used to put a few bits of sort of fuel and nutrition in, as well as my phone, the battery bank and the spare battery for the GoPro as well. Really handy piece of kit. Use this all the time, especially when I'm not running with a vest on. Absolutely brilliant piece of kit that. So yeah, that's going to be around my waist for extra storage. So moving on to fueling and nutrition then. With it being a Centurion race, the aid stations are extremely well stocked. So when it comes to solid food, I'm not going to be carrying any of my own. I'm just going to use whatever they've got at the aid stations, cakes, sandwiches, all that kind of stuff. I will get that there. I'm just carrying a few sort of gels and bits with me, just so I have stuff in between each aid station. And these are things that I've used regularly, trained with. So yeah, absolutely no stomach issues with any of this stuff here. So gel wise, I'm going to be using the Precision Fuel gels. So this one here, this PF90 I think they call it, is basically just 3 of these regular gels in one packet, and the convenience of having the screw top on it is really good, because you can sort of ration how much you want to eat. So if you're not feeling like you want to have a whole one of these, you can literally just have a couple of sips, put the screw top back on, stick it in your vest, and off you go. But I kind of feel like if you open one of these sachets, you're committed to having the whole thing. So not really a huge fan of these now these are available. So I'm going to be having this up front in the vest, and I'll probably just have one of these tucked in the back somewhere in one of the side pockets, just as an emergency towards the latter half of the race, should I need it. But I think these screw top versions are really good. So that's going to be my gel of choice. To go with those as a supplement is some chews here. So again, Precision Fuel. These ones are mint and lemon flavour. So these are sort of like a nice little palate cleanser. If you've had enough of the sort of like semi-sweet taste of those gels, just have one of these. And yeah, it's like brushing your teeth mid-race. It just sort of gives you that sort of refreshed mouth taste. So that's that. Now, solid stuff. I'm going to have a little bit on me, and that I'm going to be using the Chia Charge peanut butter flapjacks. So use these like pretty much all the time, and they're just quite a nice day-to-day snack actually as well. So yeah, I'm going to be having these on me, just to supplement what I get from the aid stations in terms of solid food. Other things, bit of baby food, can't go wrong with this stuff. So this one here is pear and peach with baby rice. So pretty low on calories and carbs, but it just sort of breaks up the monotony of gels. So that's there as a sort of treat if I fancy it. And obviously with it being puree, it's pretty easy to get down as well. So that's that. Now, hydration. Gone with 2 options. Obviously Tailwind, classic. Don't really need to explain to you guys what this is. It is available at the aid stations as well. So this is just there to supplement that. You can get sort of a litres worth, I think. So 2 sort of 500ml soft flasks out of this one stick. So if I use a little bit, fold it in half, I can put it away in my belt and then have some more later on in the race should I need it. And then Active Root here, this one is a peppermint and ginger. I absolutely love this flavour. It's really refreshing, especially if you can get it nice and cold. So yeah, I enjoy this. So this will probably be in my bottles to start with, and then as we go through the race, I'll probably sort of chop and change between more of this, bit of Tailwind, bit of plain water, whatever I feel like really in terms of hydration. It'll just be sort of like mixing and matching on how I feel really as we go through the race. So I think that covers everything. There might be a few things that I've missed. Oh, arm warmers. Potentially, if it's a cold day, maybe a pair of arm warmers will be on, but we'll see. So yeah, that is it. If you have any questions about the kit or anything else, you want to know anything else about the kit here, just drop it in the comments below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But I think that's about it for now. So if you liked today's video, please press the like button. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing for more running videos like this. So that's it. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you next week at the North Downs Way 50. Peace.